Welcome to Guns Gear Network, everyone. Want to bring you this little short video this afternoon that I think is pretty important, and it is about having a bug out list. And what I mean by that is some people can have a pretty good stash, let's say in a bug out bag. They may have, in other words, you've got enough stuff that you can put stuff in a bag and not really have to mess with it, and it's just kind of there on the go, ready to go. Some people may not have that luxury and they need to use some things. Let's say it's a knife sharpener, let's say it's whatever that a poncho or something like that. You can't have a dedicated poncho that you keep or something like that. So it's kind of being used in your house. The other thing is, even if you've got a bug out bag, you also may want to have a separate list of items that people can you can grab before you go. Now, let's first say the best situation is to bug in, not bug out. You've got the security of your home, shelter, all those things included. So this is a worst case scenario, but with worst case scenarios, you need to have a plan. And this video is not so much about the plan, but I'm going to do another video about a plan. Then you need a bug out list. And like with my family, I can even break down the bug out list to be able to, everybody's responsible. So what I do is I'll have a master bug out list, then I have mini bug out list that I hand off. My son is old enough to where I'm pretty confident there's a few things that I could tell him to go get, and he could get for us on a list. He can read, he can do all those things, he can look. Obviously with very small children, you can't hand them a list and say, here, go get these things. My wife, we try to delegate responsibility of what somebody's supposed to get. And then you need to kind of go over this list with your family and say, look, if something happens, we got to get out of here. Here's your list. I've got the master list and some things I'm going to get. And then, your daughter, your son, whoever, they can go get this, blah, blah, blah. So also keep in mind your list and what you can gather is going to be restricted by what you have to haul it in. If you've watched my channel and you've seen my videos, you know I have a bug out trailer, and I also have a medium-sized SUV, so I have quite a bit of room. My trailer, like I talked about in the bug out trailer video, I keep it with probably 75% of my gear that when I need it, I go get it, I use it, I put it back in that trailer, and it just stays in the trailer. Then 25% of my gear I would want to take, like I don't keep guns and ammo in that trailer. So I need to get that, put it in the trailer or my SUV, whatever the case. So your list is going to be different than mine, but you can also have some commonality, some similar things that that we probably need to gather. And what you're trying to accomplish here is, like I've got a good stash of medical supplies that's in my bug out kit in my bug out area where I keep a lot of stuff that I can just grab that and go. But you might not have that luxury. You may have a little bit of stuff, like say a blowout kit, something like that, some fairly decent small first aid kit, but your medicines and other things are in your medicine cabinet. So that's what when you're thinking about your list, think about the things that are priority, and then how much you're capable of carrying. And you need to figure out how you're going to carry those items to and from your vehicle if we've not gotten into a situation where vehicles are not operable. Some EMP strike and then all of a sudden you can't use your vehicle because it doesn't function anymore. Different story, different scenario. This scenario is, civil unrest, whatever the case may be, and you need to get out of your area, need to get away from your home. You've heard enough communication because you've prepared enough to at least have some radios, battery powered radios and stuff, and they kind of keep you informed what's going on. You've got that plan, and again, we'll go into the plan a little later, but this is about the list. So what I suggest, and I'll just kind of go over some things, like say this is just a generic list that I made up that kind of shows you. All right, so at the top I give instructions. Pack everything in totes or duffel bags or luggage or whatever the case may be that you have that can hold some of these items. So I may, on my list, I might have gather all foods, non-perishable foods, spices, drink mix, teas, coffees, non-perishables, meaning canned goods, dry goods, that sort of stuff that can fit in. Again, you have to plan and figure out, okay, I've got this much space for this much food. I've got this much space for this much whatever clothing, and keep going down the list until you can figure out, will it all fit in my car, my vehicle, my trailer, whatever it is. All right, so water and containers. If you can't gather a lot of water, and water's very heavy, and if you're going to have a pretty big container, it's going to take up a lot of space. So I suggest at least having some type of decent water container, at least one, around 5 gallons that you can grab and go, that you kind of just keep it all the time. That way you can hopefully replenish it, and you've got a way to hold 5 gallons of water. You're not stuck with just a canteen or something, okay? So then you might want to break it down to cooking utensils. Grab, 4 plates, 4 cups, plastic, no more than 4 of each, 4 spoons, 4 knives, 4, forks. Break it down. So whoever's working the list can see, okay, let me grab 4 forks, because you're not going to have enough space to have, your whole entire kitchen in there. So you just need to grab the basics. Grab 1 frying pan, 1 stainless steel cook pot, like a stew pot, that sort of thing. And then, break it down that way. Clothing, then you're going to say, grab at least 3 of each of these items. 3 pair of pants, 3 pair of shirts, 3 shirts, 3 pair of socks, belt, shoes, hat. If it's wintertime, you need to look at that. Do I need to, grab at least, I would say, I don't care if it's winter or summer, at least 1 pair of boots, 1 pair of a walking type shoe, i.e. Go Fasters, i.e. Tennis shoes. Then some type of shower shoe. And one of the things that I did in a little bug out bag video the other day, and I did not talk about shower shoes. You need some kind of water shoe, because you can't keep putting your shoes on all the time. You need to let your feet air out and stuff like that. And if you need to get in a creek and bathe or something like that, you need to be able to have a way to protect your feet. Again, you do not want an emergency where you've gashed your foot open, so you need some type. I prefer a water shoe, like even a Croc or something like that. You don't have to go spend the money on the Croc brand. You can go to Walmart and get a knockoff brand for about $8-10 per person. Games, toys, books. This only pertains to most people with kids. Again, you may want to have some form of some form of entertainment for yourself. So you need to break that down. If you're just 2 adults, okay, make sure you get the playing cards, the Monopoly board, the whatever, and break it down that way. If you've got younger kids or kids in school, you need to maybe even include some educational things, okay? If you have animals, you need to get dog supplies, including food, which would maybe mean a leash, brush, that sort of stuff for your dog. If you got cats, whatever, keep in mind, you're going to have to make some tough decisions. You may not can carry every animal you have when you truly do bug out, okay? Just letting you know that. Sleeping gear. You need to talk about either grab all 3 sleeping bags, 2 sleeping bags, whatever it is, or at least some pillows and quilts, all that, okay? First aid and medicines. Carry as much as first aid and medicine as you can, because you never know when you might need it, but don't go crazy with it, okay? Toilet paper, feminine hygiene products. If you can just grab 6 rolls of toilet paper, okay? Again, they start taking up quite a bit of space. You can't carry a whole case of toilet paper most likely, but if you can at least carry 6, 8, 10 rolls in some type of bag or something like that, okay? Toiletries, soap, shampoo, toothpaste, toothbrush. In other words, throw all that in a tote. So everybody's got their toothbrush. We got at least 1 good sized bottle of shampoo, a couple bars of soap, you know, that sort of stuff. Maybe 3 towels and 3 washcloths if you want to get double, so 6 towels and 6 washcloths. That way you can use one and have one that's being cleaned and or drying while you're using the other one. You can rotate them out. Okay. Cell phone and chargers, flashlights, batteries, anything like that. Maybe you've got radios you need to grab that's not in a bug out bag, like say walkie-talkies that you use around the house. You want to grab those, like an oil lamp, oil lanterns, lamp oil, candles, whatever the case, grab that type stuff. Computer tower, hard drive. You know, most everybody that's watching the internet is going to have a computer tower and hard drive, laptop, something. Grab it, grab your chargers, have that list broke down to where you have, you know, USB drives, any of that type stuff. Personal pictures, wedding pictures, wills, personal information that you need to, you know, bank accounts, anything like that, that you need to have that maybe in a little lockbox that you can just grab that and go. Again, you probably, you know, wedding pictures, you're going to have to grab the wedding album and maybe one off the wall or something and go. Guns and ammo. So you see where the list is going. But everybody needs to be able to figure out what they need to grab so they can get it and go. You may take all of this list and condense it down to where it fits. You can get most of it in 2 good size pieces of luggage, or 2 pieces of, and I like luggage. It's not the most tactical thing around, but most of the luggage has wheels, so it's easy to, you know, and it's usually you can stack it in your car, throw it in a trunk, whatever, and it can hold quite a bit of stuff if you know how to pack one. And then it's rollable, so even if you have to go on foot, I can at least drag that thing around, rolling it around about as easy as I could trying to hump all that weight in a backpack. So keep that in mind. If you don't have any luggage, go out to a yard sale, go out to the flea market, go out to somewhere like that, secondhand shop, thrift shop, find you an old piece of luggage. Usually you can find the ugly stuff for, you know, $10, $12, and it's real cheap, and it's usually pretty durable for the most part. So keep that in mind. Plastic totes, whatever, be able to get everything in and organized. So anyway, that's the point of the video. I won't keep dragging it out too long today, but I want to make sure that everybody has a bug out list. Even if you have the bug out bag and all that, have you a list of things that you know, because when crap is hitting the fan and people are not thinking clearly, they're, you know, oh crap, we got to go, we got to do this, we got to do that, whatever. Even when I go camping, fishing, hunting, you know, vacation time, any of that, I make myself a list. Vacation time, good example. About a week before I go on vacation, I'll start making a list of things. Coolers, you know, beach chairs, tents, you know, whatever the case, I just start making a list and you know, making sure that I have, you know, my bathing suit, my this, my that, my hair dryer. I just start making that list, so when we go to start packing up, I can go down the list to make sure I have everything. You know, fishing gear, fishing net, because you know you got everything done but you don't have your fishing net, and you're fishing off a pier and you need your pier net and you don't have it when you get there, and you, oh man, I left that hanging in the garage. If you made the list, you would have remembered it. So when you start making your list, keep an eye, again, go back to thinking about how you're going to carry this stuff in the room you have. So you can kind of say, hey, look, I can only carry 2 things of toilet paper, better than carrying none and forgetting altogether, or I can only carry this much of this. So anyway, that's the point of my video. Just like Santa, make sure you have a list, check it twice, and make sure you go by the list. If you need to make adjustments to the list as time goes on, be sure you do that also. Okay? I appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, if you've got any questions, post those below. If you've got any similar experience with something like this or want to make some suggestions, put that in the comments below. We'll be glad to have that discussion with you. As always, guys, like, share, and subscribe, and I appreciate your support, and we'll bring you another video shortly. Have a great day, guys.